Welcome to the newly empowered House Martin, led by a patriarch worthy of leading such a glorious and esteemed house, Lord Paramount H.P. Lovecraft of the Crownlands. Look at this man. He is a knight. He is a duelist. He is a skilled fighter. Only skilled fighter, unfortunately. He is patient and diligent and just. I've taken the liberty of very quickly tidying up all of the various realm-related crap, setting up a crown focus, dealing with the council, that type of thing. One thing I was about to do was assign guardians to little babby children, and then I clicked on, because we haven't checked this at all yet, I clicked on Lord Elton of the Crownlands, and he's friggin' strong. Not only that, he's strong randomly, purely randomly. Lady Paramount Jocelyn is not strong, our character is not strong, she could do with honestly being killed horribly, because she's terrible. We've got a strong son. This is insane. So I'm going to make sure, obviously, we're educating him. Wait. Why is he in the... What? Oh, I know why. Because we are a commander or on the council? Lord Commander... What are we? I'm not entirely sure. Why is my son in King's Landing? Can we bring him home? That's so weird. Oh, I don't like that. Okay. I was just about to say we've been given a... Oh, okay, we're fine. Whew. I was about to say we've been given a golden opportunity in the form of this kid. Glad to accept. Yes, you will. It's yeah, I would love to educate my own son. We've been given a golden opportunity in the form of this kid now. This is the first kid with any sort of congenital traits in a very, very long time. And Marshal as well is obviously quite relevant, seeing as we're about to go on a load of Marshal campaigns. And I was worried then for a second we weren't even going to educate the damn thing. So I've got another Maester coming from the Citadel. And I've also given out the minor titles and the council positions based on opinion, mostly. So we've not exactly got the most optimal Chief General there, but I went for that to make sure that she was obviously content with her new glorious leader, Paramount H.P. Lovecraft. So today we're carrying on. What were we pressing a claim on? Let me just refresh myself here. We are pressing Lord Richard's claim on Smallwood, which is where Superman's from, right? Where is Smallwood? I don't even know where we're going to War 4 in hindsight. Hang on. It's titled Lordship of Smallwood. Wait. Oh, that one all the way down there. Oh, right. Okay. I don't know why. I got into my head it was somewhere up here instead. So we'll go for the capital. Oh, that's so good. That's another one of the Lord Paramounts that's communicated from the Faith. So that was the Lord Paramount. Darius Tarley is gone. And was it not also the Lord Paramount of the Trident? It was the Lord Paramount of the Trident. We can make some plays now. The only problem is, I assume the Iron Bank have come back for bloody vengeance once again. Lord Robin is hiring men, and the Free Bank of Bros is indeed backing Lord Robin. They've got a lot of fucking troops. Good God. I don't like the way they can just drop a giant fighting force right on your doorstep without you being able to respond to it. That's a little bit frustrating. So here's how we're going to do it then. Let's deal with this first, because obviously this is an issue. 8,000 hostile troops right in our capital is not really what I'm interested in. So I'm going to make these guys flee to the coast. We're going to get those guys probably on boats outside of Dragonstone. And we'll move the Dragonstone soldiers onto boats as well there. We'll try and get these guys safe. And then we'll have them meet our regular forces when they turn up. Which shouldn't be too long. Here we go. Man, that's a bit annoying. That's so frustrating that the bank can just spawn in a ridiculous amount of... Oh my God, my daughter got married. My cousin got married to... Oh, I don't really care about my half-brother, whatever. Yeah, it's a bit frustrating that they can drop 7,500 troops on your doorstep and there's nothing you can do to stop them. Now, there was a comment yesterday. Oh my God, what was the name of her? That was it. So, somebody left a comment yesterday saying that even though we called for Dragon Riders yesterday, I didn't actually notice it. We didn't get a notification, but apparently, very, very briefly, there was a sign that we had a Dragon Rider in our court, and apparently, of all the names we would have for Dragon Riders, she was called Joyous Scales, which I thought was the most appropriate thing. Let's see if we can dig her up. Joy, like Charlemagne's sword? Joyous Scales. There she is. Look, she actually is Dragon Rider. What did she get? She got Urex, the one that we wanted. Right, okay, so if we make her a commander, she should already be a commander. When we use her in sieges or combat, there's a small chance that she can use her dragon offensively on our behalf. This is going to be huge. Even though we aren't directly in control of it, that's honestly fine by me, because dragons are horribly OP. So this way we can still get the advantage of dragons. We're still using that core game mechanic, but we aren't in so much direct control. We can use it kind of ridiculously effectively. I think if applied right, we could probably take the whole Iron Throne with it. All right, 15,576 men versus 7,597. I think we're probably good here, particularly with, don't forget, our Dragon Rider as well. So we'll keep her on the center? Sure, fuck it, why not? So she should be able to use dragon tactics now. I mean, look at that. It's going to be absolutely nuts. Oh, there we are. Look, I think she just used the dragon there and dropped all of them morale instantly to nothing. Holy shit. And my uncle, Lord Robin Martin, has been captured by Willem Clary of Stone Dance. Okay. Terrible. What a tragic fate for you, my friend. We might as well enforce our demands now rather than... Where is he? He's in prison nowhere. Where's he going to end up? Is he in our court? No, he's not. He's still in prison in Stone Dance. Right, got it. I was going to say, we might as well end the war there early, save mess around. Oh, our other claim ended inconclusively, did it, while we were busy? Oh, that's a shame. Yeah, there it is. Cast a spell no longer valid. I guess our guy died. Oh, that's a shame. All right, never mind then. So let's drop our troops and then reassess what we can siege down now. I'm more than happy to go for much bigger, juicier targets. Bear in mind, we've got this dragon to back us up. What about Dawn? I mean, Dawn right now is looking nicely splintered. Sorry, I just drank... I don't know why I keep doing this. I keep drinking a load of, like, ice-cold drinks just before I start recording, then it freezes my mouth. Let's see what we've got then that we could potentially pick up. Of course, if we had some single provinces here to press in, we could go ahead and land some more Duke-level characters. What about Dawn proper? Right, okay, so Dawn are currently in a rebellion against their liege. However, Dawn are not the character who went to war with last time, who have since been deposed or something like that. What have we got that we can use against you then? I'm looking for a ducal-level claim, preferably, especially if we're going to war for all of this crap. Nothing. Plenty of claims on the Stormlands, which would be great if we were an Empire-level title. To be fair, if we can overthrow the Iron Throne... If we could overthrow the Iron Throne, we could very much... We would become an Empire-level title. At which point, depending on our speed... depending on our speed, we could grab places like Dawn. Granted, we would have to push an entire kingdom-level claim for one character in our realm, which could have its own issues, evidently. Bear in mind, the Crownlands is one of the newest and potentially weakest kingdom-level titles in Westeros. So immediately having a vassal under us that, say, controls all of Dawn could cause us many issues. Alternatively, go for a de jure claim on King's Landing. What would even happen then? I mean, they can just push it back immediately, right? We claim the Iron Throne for... Hang on. My cousin. Mathar who? Mathar Martin? I mean, they've only got 6,000 men and everyone's independent. We could get in there, torch King's Landing down before she even knows what's happened. A Martin on the throne... On the Iron Throne. Who's this? Boros Baratheon. I've got to do it. I've got to put a Martin on the Iron Throne. The opportunity is right there. Mathar Martin. We are now a rebel leader. Oh, wow. Okay. Is this ambitious? Is this brave? Is this everything our character would be? Diligent? I mean, none of these really suit his character profile, do they? But the point is, I think we can swoop in here, grab it, before the Iron Throne even know what's going on. As long as we've got that Dragon Rider on our side, we're very difficult to fight against. We've got to do this fast, though, because if the other realms start being called in as allies to defend their queen, we are in a lot of trouble. She is my queen, Varys. Okay, help me out here. That was not good, Jon Snow. Again, I shouldn't drink a lot of ice cold drinks just before I start recording. Oh! Oh! Very rude. Paula Baratheon is under my control. No. It's not her fault. She is a Baratheon, though. We have had a lot of run-ins with the Baratheons, and they did just kill my 2 daughters. Bring me her head. She will be beheaded. I'm sorry. They cast the first stone, and I did not enjoy having to do that. But we have to show that we are not a weak pushover realm. This is the glorious Martin dynasty, risen up from the ashes of absolutely fucking nothing. There were no ashes. We rose up from absolutely nothing here. We've got a point to prove. And I'm not just going to stand there and let them execute our family members without any sort of vengeance. Let's do it. Okay. Queen Jane the Evil. Oh, your days are numbered, my friends. We've got Joyce on the Censor. We've got Richard and Willem. Let's do it. I assume she already used the dragon. Bear in mind that we've got the red keep with nothing there. Burning. Oh, she actually used the dragon instantly. Holy shit, we torched the Red Keep, so there were only 21 survivors. 44% straight off the bat. Oh my god, okay. A delegation from the Free Bank led by High Councillor Casperio Lawnell has arrived in Rosby protesting what he considers a dishonourable debt. Okay. It seems as if the Bank of Bravos are not just going to let us get away with this, are they? So here's what I'm thinking. Let's accept the deal. And then let's pay them back. I feel like they're not going to let us get away with this, are they? So let's just get rid of this. What do we need? 650. Look, we're about to take the Iron Throne. I don't think we need to worry about... Oh! Humphrey Moorland. How appropriate that Humphrey Moorland wants a position in our armies. Now, what we could even do, now that we've got the King's Landing itself actually sieged, let's go and kill her troops. She's got 6,500. Let's move in there. Dragon Rider on the center. Torch him dead. Oh, she actually did. 73%. 73%. Okay. Counter siege that. Don't you try and take my provinces. How dare you? This is not about... Wait, is that even my province? I would just counter siege it to help these guys out. You're welcome. By the way, you're welcome. 86%. Chase their troops down. What's our battle war score right now? What are we looking at? 41%. We've still got plenty of battle war score. They've also joined us. They can see which way the tide is turning. They can see where the stones are falling. They can see who is quite clearly the superior warrior here. We have tidings from Storm's End where Joyce and Lord Commander Ormond met as enemies in a duel. They fought each other, but Joyce prevailed. She just defeated the Lord Commander. Look at this. Blinded, severely injured, she annihilated him. What did you do to that man? Oh my god, we've done it. The Iron Throne under House Martin. Declare for the king. Oh, a nice change of pace. Who would have expected such a change? Out of nowhere. Right, now we've got to go and... Let's go and destroy Dawn. We've got to help bring order now to our new empire. Your new empire. Where are we going? Sunspear. Send us in. We've got to help our new king of our dynasty keep order within his new realm that we've basically behooved on him. It's basically our realm. We are going to have to be the caretakers, the babysitters for quite some time here. I'm looking for any Dornish troops. Why have they got so much war score? Oh, there they are. Okay. Okay, wipe those out. Then let's come around and go and bail out. I feel like we're not going to get there in time. Oh, shit. Merrill. Merrill versus H.P. Lovecraft. The duelist, the knight, the formidable fighter. I'll handle this myself. The gods will guide me. Strike. And Merrill is injured, but still very much alive. Come on, come on. Don't kill this man off. Avoided his forceful attacks. And counter-strike. Right in the eye. Valar Morghulis. Valar. Why are we saying that? Is that a common Kingslander expression? I'm not entirely sure. Right, let's go and see if... Oh. Lord Robin of the Crownlands. Hang on, was this not our uncle? So our uncle, who was imprisoned during our rebellion, wants me to fight our vassal who imprisoned him to stop the rebellion against us? No, I don't think so. You can get fucked. No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Sir, I don't think so. I'll lower a favor. Why not? Right, hopefully those troops will hold him in position long enough. Oh, for fuck's sake, get out of here. Right, that's it. That's it. Random disease. I don't think so. Die a horrible death. Okay, let's hopefully those troops will hold them in place long enough for us to, at least start catching up, ideally. Have we got any organizers? Yes, we do. Willem, get on there. Fuck off. I feel like this is blackmail. This is blackmail. Ah, never mind. Oh, wait, Lord Richard Martin. Lord Richard the Cunt, my kingsman. I will attend the funeral. And my wife Jocelyn is pregnant. We do need to deal with that. Our wife being terrible, that is. Right, there they are. Chase them down. Do nothing for now. We can't afford to upset the peace while we're in the middle of such a key event. Burn at the stake. Fiend in the dungeon. Yeah, chuck her in the dungeon. Nice. Good work. Amateur stewardship +1. We might as well get as many points out of the... Oh, man, this is going to be quite tricky, isn't it? Can we get our troops to... Oh, they don't count as our allies. I was going to say maybe get them to attach to us here. Because 8,500 versus 11,000. Sure, we've got a dragon, but there's no guarantee the AI is going to actively use that dragon. We need to... Oh, Jesus, what is going on? How have they got 62% war score? Oh, right. We're in. We're missing a commander. It's all down to the dragon. It's all... Oh! The dragon! out of left field. Technically out of the center. Burn them dead. Where are we going? They're heading south to Delson Keep. They are. Chase them. Keep the pressure on. Keep the pressure on. Boom. -8%. Okay, it was just ticking war score. Because absolutely nothing had occurred besides these guys. Our organizer's been slain. I need to redo our commanders before the next fight. God, it's just our Dragon Rider on the center. There we are. 21 and 19. It was just ticking war score that allowed them to get so far. Because the Iron Throne just doesn't have any troops right now. Oh, shit. Somebody heard of our ancestor, Brandon the Kraken Slayer, and wants to join us. I mean, he was an incredible character, wasn't he? Fantastic. Sir Allard. Oh, he's very good. Direct leader, cavalry leader, and unyielding. Obviously, strong knight, everything else. Oh, we're done. White peace. No, you shouldn't have white peace. We're just about to win it, you fool. Okay. A new Iron Throne, everyone. Under the Martin dynasty. We are right next to King's Landing, so we can hopefully mold this realm and hopefully, more importantly, oh, come on. Hostage in a foreign power? I gave you everything. Oh, never mind. Okay. We'll keep an eye on him anyway. We'll make sure he comes out all right. We'll make sure he doesn't get assassinated. And if he ends up being removed from the Iron Throne, I'm sure we can find something else. But we've got to ensure at least this first character survives. He only has a claim on the Iron Throne because of his Targaryen bloodline. And bear in mind, we don't have many of those left. He's got a sister. A sister. Princess Olena of the Iron Throne. Let's see if we can betroth her off to one of our own children there. Olsen. Get the Targaryen bloodline back into the dynasty. We can go matrilineal because she's a member of the Martin dynasty, but we can obviously still play as their child, and we'll have 4 of our bloodlines. That's so good. Okay. So then, peace in our time. We haven't exactly gained any more land yet, but we have gained the entire... We've gained control of the Iron Throne, which at this stage is a bit of a puppet state anyway, so we've just got to hold it. We hold the power to some extent. Now I've got to make sure that we can keep it. What I'm going to do is build up our current character. He's only 29. He's still very young relative to all of the other characters we played as. Let's go ahead and make him the best he possibly can be. Let's go on a foreign tour. Actually, no. Let's pay off that debt first before I do that. Can I say no? No. Can I say... If I stay at the Strange Blackstone, I mean, that's fine. No, I don't want to do anything. Shit. Wait, hang on. If we can banish a prisoner, we get gold instantly. Oh, God, it's not enough. Oh, I don't want to go on a foreign tour. I want to pay off this debt first. How much was it again? Pay off the debt. Pay off the debt. Repay loan. Shit. We were 13 gold off. Oh, for God's sake, fine. Shall we go and do a tour of the Blackstone? That's quite funny. Yeah, let's do that. Off to explore the world. I've talked about this, obviously, in depth before. It's a really good Alt-Shift X video if you want to know more about the Blackstone found present throughout the world of A Song of Ice and Fire. Pretty appropriate as well, given it's very Lovecraftian in its nature. Crazy fish people, drowned gods, deep ones, etc., etc. We're obviously playing as H.P. Lovecraft, so that seems pretty appropriate. Your aunt, Lady Catelyn Martin, has died. And we can only afford a small... She died and gave us a load of inheritance. Oh my God, she's done it. We're free. No longer do we have to worry about the... No longer do we have to worry about the bloody Bank of Bravos. Should we just release all these people? They're all lowborn. Yeah, go free. Let's just get out of here. Well, I'm not interested. Lord Paramount H.P. Lovecraft the Enlightened named Janie, a replacement daughter. That's quite nice. More bargaining chips for diplomatic marriages, especially given that we're in such a tricky position that we are right now. Obviously trying to hold together the entire Iron Throne for a ruler that we have absolutely no control over. That's quite fun. Rob of the Ice Shore Bay Wildling Revolt. Oh, shit. Rob Crowcleaver. That's a cool name. Oh, look. All Beyond the Wall is broken free. Oh, no, wait, they're not. They're still under a Baratheon. Right. But they're still called Beyond the Wall. That's so confusing. House Baratheon have been basically reduced now to... They've still got the Trident, but outside of that, they've been reduced to Beyond the Wall. How a mighty dynasty has fallen so far, I'll never know. We've got to take the Trident, haven't we? We can get a bit of revenge against our enemies, the Baratheons. We can obviously claim the Trident proper. We can claim Butterwell there, which would make our borders look a bit nicer, but I think the Trident proper would be a much better play. Then the only Baratheons that are left after we've tidied up the Trident will be Beyond the Wall there. I know that's just for the Duchy, not the entire kingdom, but we can pick them apart piece by piece. The first location is Old Town, High Tower. The foundation was built by ancient Valyrian dragon lords. I assume it says that somewhere. Whilst in Old Town, I met a lovely woman called Marjorie, courtier of Lady Annette. I shall ask her to meet in my bedchambers. No, we're okay, thank you. We need to try and pick up a bit more piety and prestige because we sacrificed a lot when we started playing as this character. onwards to Pike. What is in Pike again? Is that the Sea Stone chair? I believe is the oily Blackstone, isn't it? Let's see. I'm going to see if I can actually remember all the places that are on it now. Eldest Harlaw. Here we are. Some most of the strongest men from a dark grey stone covered in green lichen. You greet Lord Reaver Eldest Harlaw. I'm surprised that House Harlaw have stuck around for as long as they have. Oh, that's actually... Right, they're not the ones in charge of it. It's House Awkward. So weird. Okay, fascinating. A local smith wants us to make us either an ironborn sword or a set of armor. To be honest, I don't think we really need it, do we? Have we got a logbook script? We do. We've obviously got our plot armor. We need a Valyrian steel sword. That would be awesome if we could get that. The only way we can get it, though, is because Valyrian steel, as far as I remember, in terms of the game code, both the sword and the armor have the same artifact flag. So the only way we could actually get a sword as well is by giving our armor to our successor, and then unlocking the ambition again, then going for another one, or seizing someone else's Valyrian steel. We'll work on that first, rather than... Thank you, Warden of the South. I can see why you've given me that, given that we're in the fucking east. Lorath, bleak and stony. In ancient days, the Lorathi Isles were home to a mysterious race of men known as the Maze Makers. There is, of course, the mazes in Leng as well, which is it Leng or is it Morak? There's another bunch of weird mazes somewhere else as well. Legends claim they were destroyed by enemies from the sea, Merlings in some versions, Selkies and Walrus Men in others. So again, it's all creepy fish people. I thought this was the most appropriate one for our guy. Now we're going to the Isle of Toads. So the Isle of Toads in lore is also really, really cool. It's by Gogasos, as far as I recall. But that's like this creepy... Where is it? It's somewhere around here. It's at the Isle of Toads. Yeah, Isle of Toads, there it is. So that's got this big, oily stone statue. I think it's like loads of corpses, and it's made of skulls, or pirate lords leave skulls there to as like an offering to the fish gods before they go out reaving. Something like that. This is like really abstract lore. I'm sure someone will correct me in the comment section. But again, if you're interested, Alt-Shift-X did a really cool video on all of the Blackstone spread throughout the realms. Most of it's from the World of Ice and Fire additional book, though. You've arrived at Yin. You are excited and intrigued at what may be present here. The mysterious continent of Sothorios lies the ancient Cyclopean ruins of Yin. Ancient beyond knowing are made of massive blocks of oily black stone so large they would take dozens of elephants to move. Scholars have long debated the origins of this mysterious city. I would love a mod that actually explores the weird world of... Obviously, we've somewhat touched on it in Ashai and Leng when we played as Topbog, but all of this strange stuff that has very, very little documentation, because I think we give mod makers some real freedom to it. The Cannibal Sands Kadath, which, again, I've talked about this before, but George R.R. Martin literally said in an interview that he basically filled it out as placeholder names based on like some of his favorite novels, just because his publisher wanted the book done soon, like the first draft of it, and then they just ended up adding it in the final thing. So I think that's really, really cool, but it would be kind of fun to explore some of that, because modders can do whatever the fuck they want with it, because at the end of the day, there's absolutely nothing there. What is this? Oh, a Tome of Judgment. Oh, nice. Okay, that's quite cool. That's a way of obviously improving our stewardship a little bit more. What is our stewardship? Yeah, I was going to say I thought you had to have... I think in the base game, it's 8 or less stewardship, but in the Game of Thrones, well, they're a bit more lenient towards it, which is why we've seen Ring so much in oh, God, weak. In the Game of Thrones and not so much in the base game. I thought genuinely they added him as part of the Game of Thrones one, but no, I think they're just a bit more lenient on the trigger that you need to, or the stats that you need to actually fire those events. So every primary stat has a little event to help boost it up. There used to be the really cool in event where you would to build up your stewardship. I'm pretty sure they've removed it or made it so that if you've got one of the DLC, it no longer fires. Way of Life or something like that. But it used to be the case that you would, if you had a loan of stewardship, start an inn where you could you would like decide how much salt went on the turnips and how much drink to give them as well. Warden of the North and of the South. Thank you. I appreciate that. We're collecting titles, are we? Yeah, with Way of Life, they obviously added a bit more of an intricate event chain in the form of like the Grand Tower and the trade route expedition and things like that. Well, I might even move away from rulership focus when we finish this event chain. What should we go for? Maybe go into scholarship so that we can try and join one of these societies again? Given that we've got 31 learning, after all. Ah, there we go. +2 stewardship. Right, so I'd feel pretty content leaving that one behind now and going to a different event chain. Obviously, we could wait on this one till we get the trade route expedition. We could wait on this one till we get the Grand Tower or the Hedge Maze. Don't forget the debasements. That's it. The debasements event is much less common in Game of Thrones, and it's based on scaled wealth as far as I recall, so we wouldn't even make that much money. One thing I am doing, speaking of money, is trying to set up here fabricating claims on titles within the Trident. Like I said, we obviously want to dismantle this one, get rid of these friggin' Baratheons. Was that 250 gold on just a county? Oh, Jesus. We'll leave it there, though, until he can get the entire Duchy of the Trident. To be honest, in hindsight, it would have made more sense to go for, like, Seaguard, which is a fairly large duchy. In fact, let's do that instead. We can push the Trident for one of our vassals. Another kid? What the hell's going on? Are we home from our tour? I think we may have got trapped on our tour, and the reason I think that is because the next place to go to was the Thousand Isles. The obvious issue with that is that we're using a mod that removes the Far East to keep the game as stable as possible. So the Thousand Isles, as far as I recall, in the base game of the Thousand Isles don't have anyone in there, do they? Anyway, I might have to manually bring us home, unfortunately. I think we are trapped there forever now. I'll give it a few more months and we'll see if it does anything. But if not, let's say if we get to like the 7th month without having come home, I'll go ahead and probably just remove that trait so we're not trapped in the Thousand Isles for the rest of the time. Alright, there we go. We're home now. Yeah, that was a bit strange. It's a shame that we didn't get anything out of that then, because might have picked one of the slightly buggier chains. I think if we'd have done a tour of the Free Cities, that might have been a safe one. We'll try that in the future for our next characters. Go ahead, these voices sound foreign, and then I'm hungry. Let's go for the chili seeds again. So chance of iron stomach or brave, or preferably both. Or neither. No, neither is fine, I guess. Dear cousin, peace be with you. I would like to give you the title of Justicia, which is, oh, right, Justicia is obviously diplomacy. Castellan is Hand of the King. So we are Warden of the North, Warden of the South, Master of Laws, Lord Paramount of the Crown Lands, and Paramount Knight of the Iron Throne as well. He's not coming out badly. He's obviously very much inclined towards intrigue, and he's actually getting an education in intrigue as well. Fussy, rowdy, conscientious. I mean, honestly, they're all good traits. Indolent, not so good. Charitable, slothful, or gluttonous. Obviously, slothful being terrible there. Either way, he's actually not too bad. Oh, nice. And because it's our cousin, you know, a person that we landed, gave the throne to, now if we petition him for titles, he's more likely to give it to us. So we just got one of the whatever we got in King's Landing there. I actually don't know what we picked up in King's Landing. Who was it? Was it you? It was. We've already got him. That was obviously not ours. We haven't got him. We haven't got the High Septon. No, definitely not. That would be a nice vassal to pick up, although we're obviously a king level title. Did we pick up Flea Bottom? Right, so we've got Flea Bottom and we have the Dragon's Gate. Those are ours. Pretty appropriate as well, given that George R. R. Martin in base game Game of Thrones start as the commander of the Dragon's Gate. We try it again. It rankles me that my liege, King Mathar, has the fealty of Septon Mathos, when King's Landing should rightfully be sworn to me. Seek redress. He's done it. He's given us Septon Mathos of King's... Oh, the city of King's Landing he's just given us there. So we have the city of King's Landing, the city of Flea Bottom, the castle of Dragon's Gate, but the most devout is still, the Scepter Baelor is still his. That's the one we want, but obviously we can't, unfortunately, get that one. Oh, shit. We inherited the city of King's Landing. We might as well keep it. Because even though the holding is the wrong type, it's bringing in 66.8 gold. Reduced by, what, 75%? That's crazy. Is that after the calculation? Yeah, look at that. It is. So the current base tax from King's Landing, 82.9 gold. With the trade zone as well, gives it wrong, different amount of bonuses. Because of the wrong government type, it's minus 75%, like I said. Plus it's looted as well, another minus 9%. Because of our stewardship scale, I assume that's state stewardship, we get another 64% on top of that. So it's for a 66.8 total profit from that. I mean, when the looted goes away, it's going to be almost as valuable as our current capital. We might as well just hang on to King's Landing. I assume there's also something unique there as well, right? Royal Shipyard. Cool. Fair, customs, port, bakery. God, there's a lot here. I feel like I should be upgrading this as well, shouldn't I? City Guard, Barracks, Mustering Grounds gives us 5% levy reinforcement rate. And what's the... Is that the total levy size? It's actually not too bad. It's obviously not as good as anything else we're going to get because it's a city. I would rather focus on our own town for the time being, though. So we want level 4 estates, and then we'll move on to our castle town as well. I want to try and get Rosby fully upgraded. Then we'll move on to Dragonstone, then maybe... Actually, what happened to Dragonstone? Why did we lose that? I remember in hindsight. I don't know why we lost that. Maybe it's because we were over our limit, perhaps? Another son called Robert. Good lord. We're not struggling for... Did that say shit or dirt, then? We're not struggling for sons this generation, I will admit. We're not struggling for any kids this generation. I'm going to train you in Marshal, little Robert Martin. So, Alton, strong, affectionate, fussy. Oh, I should have trained him in Marshal. I was going for Thrift, because I'm trying to get curious for shrewd, because I'm incredibly greedy. What do you think? I'm trying to think of an author. What? It's like, I'm going to Google strong author. Bear in mind, that was supposedly our Jeremy Strong. What has he written? He's written a book called My Mum's Going to Explode. You know what? You've won me over. Jeremy Strong. That's what we're going to call you now. Jeremy Strong. Thank you, Jeremy Strong. Very cool. I think we've done this for a long time, but let's hold a tournament of Rosby then. Let's go for, like, the grandest, greatest tournament ever. A tournament in celebration. It's more of a triumph, really, in celebration of House Martin taking its rightful place on the Iron Throne. I'm going to go nuts on this one. We don't have to worry about the Iron Bank. We haven't got to worry about people attacking us in warfare because we can just petition Mathar of the Iron Throne. We can say, hey, cousin, remember that time I gave you an entire kingdom? Or 7 kingdoms, I guess. Any chance you could tell him to not attack me in war? This is going to be great. Let's do it. For a solid performance in the list, so Grayson Blackman has been knighted by a fellow competitor. A good performance indeed. So I'm going to do everything that always goes in favor of my vassals. So Lord Barros is not guilty of these accusations, especially against a Baratheon. That was well spoken. Thank you, my friend. Lord Quentin. Okay, so now we've got to choose between Lord Quentin or Lord Kermit. Now, given that Lord Quentin is our direct vassal and Lord Kermit is the vassal of our vassal, Lord Quentin is clearly not guilty of these acquisitions. Acquisitions? Maybe acquisitions. Accusations is what I meant to say. Flea Bottom has recently been destroyed as part of a coastal storm. Oh, Jesus. 60 gold in exchange for double taxes on Flea Bottom for a while. Sure. Obviously not double taxes, but double the... I mean, it is double taxes because it's either that or we take another half, so fine. What do we want to go for now? Even if Septon frowned upon the jugglers and called them gleemen, I find their humorous and body acts during the summer fair. One of them can juggle 9 apples at a time. A Septon does not like fun things. If they says anything, why I order. If a Septon does not like it, should I really like it? No. We're a kind, good man. I think we're a pretty decent guy. You know, we're humble, keep to ourselves, obviously very, very just and knightly. Chivalrous is probably the right word for it, rather than knightly. Large portion? Fuck it. We've got the money to splash around. Let's go for it. Let's go crazy. It's a shame that we ourselves can't fight in the joust. To be honest, we're apparently fabricating claims for our liege. Well, that's a good way to get assassinated. I was kind of hoping that we would be able to fight in the tournament as well, to be honest with you, given that we are a knight after all. Gain 257 prestige, and all participants and spectators gain +5 opinion of us as well. Good lord. A regency has voted on the dispute that has arisen between 2 vassals of King Mathar. Lady Paramount Pella Martell has been accused of invading Lord Paramount Darius Tarley's lands. So the Martells are back in control of Dawn and Sunspear. The Tarleys are in control of... Right, Storm... I was going to say Storm's End then, but the Stormlands. To be honest, I want the Stormlands as weak as possible. So I'm going to say, unless they're going to try and take the whole thing in one fell swoop, what are they after? Lady Paramount Pella's claim on the Stormlands War. Yeah, no, I'm going to vote to send a command to stop her to cease her aggression. The council voted in favor, and the war is over? No, it's still on. Oh, that's a shame. I was hoping that she would agree to that. I guess it's still only advisory. I don't think we've changed any crown laws to make it so that it's legally binding. That's a shame. Right, what have we got here then? The Lordship of Seaguard. Thank you. That was also very expensive, but I think it was just for a... Seaguard. So hopefully that will upgrade it into the... I'm going to go through with the rest of this character's life and fabricate as many claims as possible and see if we can dismantle the Trident as this guy. We should also really be pressing advantage against these Stormlands as well, before it falls. I think it's the important thing. What have you got then? Can we claim it for any Martins out there? I'm going to go through the entire list and see if there are any members of House Martin who we can push the Stormlands for. Baratheon, Mirror of Dawn, Roy of Storm's Drum, Bolling. House Bolling is another one of the sub-houses of House Baratheon, the cadet houses. Nothing, that's a shame. What have we got then? De jure claim on Galemont. Where is Galemont exactly? This one here. We've got Sweetport Sound, which is that tiny little island that I keep ignoring. If we had a landed title, we could always give it to one of these people who want to push a duchy. I think the best we can do, unfortunately, is just a single province. Let's take Haystack Hall, then. Might as well try and keep our borders somewhat tidy. Emphasis on somewhat, given the absolute fucking mess we're looking at right now. King Mathar seems to be very convinced by your words of praise for Lord Harris, even launched into his own appraisal of their virtues. Oh, great. I guess someone used the favor that we owed them to, or the favor... Yeah, we owed them to ask us to speak on their behalf. I can only assume so anyway. Oh, there we are. 350 gold, though. Good God. Is our Legion annoyed by that? Threatened by claim fabrication, I assume? Doesn't care. Actually doesn't care. I guess the High Lord of the Trident, though, will. House AGOT now. Oh my God, House Baratheon, I think have been entirely reduced to be on the wall now. Wow, okay. Good news for us. This way I don't make enemies with House Martin. Are you annoyed at me? Fabricate claims on my lands. Minus 90. I did do that, didn't I? Let's go ahead and split our forces here. Let's send half down to go fight troops. And then we'll leave the forces of the Dragon Rider, wherever she's going to be. We'll put her in charge of the siege, so that will make the sieges go 10 times faster, especially the Stormlands as well, which is quite famously difficult to crack. I want to try and hunt air troops down with a larger force as soon as possible, though, to guarantee that we can destroy them and get a little bit of battle war score. Otherwise, it's going to take quite some time, to be honest with you. Let's get you guys on board as well. But this one we could just assault down. There we are. 192. What the hell happened? I'll personally compensate him. It's fine. 33%. Well, our Dragon Rider can occasionally, there you are, just like that, immediately kill a flat amount of defenders and knock the morale down by quite a massive amount. So that's the war goal dealt with. We could go for... Oh, we have Storm's End. I was going to say we'll try and siege Storm's End. No. That's already... That's quite alright. You don't need to worry about that. What do you want? A favour. I'll owe you a favour. Oh, it's the Ironborn. Sorry, I thought that was their oak wood and their... Or their... What are they? Oak heart? Oak wood? Orc wood. Sorry, and their oak heart. It's an easy confusion to make. Battle war score, 100%. Whoa, 100% from one battle. The Battle of Boneway. You got very bone-weighed from that one. Good lord. Sorry, did I just take Haystack Hall? Oh, there we are. Okay, that looks a little bit better. Our borders are still a bit of a mess, but I like this coast-to-coast style thing that we've got going on here. We snaked our way over to Storm's End and grabbed that one. Obviously, we'll move up through the Trident. The Trident land? I was going to say Riverlands and Trident here. There was obviously historically... We've kind of restored it before as House Mud. But there is, historically, the Kingdom of the, what is it, the Rivers and the Hills or something like that? And then House Hor also had the Kingdom of whatever that was called. There's been a lot of variation of, like, the Crown Lands and the Trident together as one big kingdom. We're kind of restoring that to some extent. We've got ourselves Sir Richard the Ill-Tempered as well. Highborn. Fantastic. Join us. 19 Marshal is obviously very nice. Why? Rabies! That's the one that our firstborn son is betrothed to. So to put it in perspective, we are either going to get the Iron Throne with the next Iron Throne succession, or the succession after that. Either this character dies and we gain it, or our character dies, and then our next character's heir is the King of the Iron Throne. Within 2 generations, we are guaranteed the throne, maybe next generation. In fact, we could get it right now if she were to horribly die horribly. I'm not going to do that because it's House Martin. You know, they're still our house at the end of the day. But holy shit, hang on, we can just drop our troops now that we're not at war, aren't we? Because we're all in the same realm. That's insane. I cannot believe that worked. It's sad to hear of King Mathar and his horrible bout of rabies. But holy shit, that couldn't have worked out any more perfectly. I think then we'll go ahead and leave that one here for today because we've achieved what is arguably the ultimate goal in any Game of Thrones playthrough, and that is the gathering of the Iron Throne into our dynasty. We've still got a lot of work to do after that, but this has been an insane turnaround, taking full advantage of the chaos and the civil war that we ourselves stirred up. That worked out pretty well. Thank you to the insane top tier level patrons for their continued support during these months. Thank you to everybody who sent the kind messages as well in response to my last Patreon post, where I detailed a bit more thoroughly about the YouTube monetization changes I've been talking about recently. I'm not going to talk about them in videos because I'm not at liberty to, and I obviously don't want to piss off YouTube because I know where my bread is buttered. However, if you are curious, there is a post over there talking about the new changes to the monetization system and my personal feelings on them, be those negative or positive or maybe even negative. Thank you to Aromatic Fool, Fakuna Vasquez, Rodin, Skaz, Slippinip, Sarabi, Bacon Kitten, Orcswolf, Pringles, The Potato Eater, Alex, and everyone else at the Insane Tier levels on Patreon. Tomorrow, I will be redoing the Patreon lists in response to that Patreon post as well. So, thank you guys for your support over there. And again, it is much appreciated, especially during current times with shit I have to sort out as well. Thank you as well to the following patrons, including Erotha, Jacob Wolfie, Wilson and Tef, Russian Oligarch Billionaire, Smooth Octopus, Panther Pearl, Boing Gun, Kane GB, Meow Volcano, Slow-Mo, Better Valerian, Mason, Jackson, Tofu10, and everyone else at Patreon as well. Remember, guys, if you want to shout out, go and send me a message. Discord, Patreon, wherever you want. It's no inconvenience to me. Send me as many messages as you want, and I will make sure that you are upgraded onto those lists if you want to shout out, because we are doing an opt-in only system. Until then, I will see you all tomorrow for additional Game of Thrones.